Mira is asking if her brother.
So, Lija, were you trying to say something?
Okay. There's a question in the chat.
I need your volume to be turned up because I can barely hear you.
Okay. Okay, I'll try again. There's a question in the chat room.
There's a question. Okay, yeah, I can barely hear you, but let me see if I can find.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a chat. Do you want to type your question in the chat? Let's see. Hi, should I have my brother yet? Yes. Yes, you can if he would like to. That would be fine. Oops. Thank you for letting me know about that, Lija. I'm going to keep this up. I'm going to give us a few minutes to have a few other people join the Coherence Healing. I want to play the beginning of this video. We're only going to watch a few minutes of it, that it's kind of in line with what we're doing here today, which has to do with the Coherence Healing. So give me a moment and I'll share the screen. And we're going to
We exist as physical beings in a physical reality, while our mind is in constant communication with unseen forces in unknown worlds. We are the visible part of a potentially infinite, invisible realm. How do the two worlds, mind and matter, coexist, collide, and interact?
Because energy is all around us and energy is all connected to all different types of energy, you can communicate with all types of different things.
In your head, you just need to think, please may I turn my energy on, or anything like that, a trigger of energy, and then just turn it on.
And to Joseph.
It's quite a warm sensation inside your body, it's quite tingly. And then your subconscious mind kind of realizes it.
As a kid, I met him down this alleyway, and ever since we've been playing in my head.
Language.
Like many children, when I was young, I was very, very sensitive. Even at the age of 5, I realized I could perceive the subtle energy. I would look at someone and I would see the energy around them. I could feel the emotions, what they were going through. I would put my hand up and I could hear their thoughts sometimes. That got me on a journey of discovery and research in the field of consciousness, how consciousness works in the physical world and how we can answer some of these questions. For example, when we sense the presence of someone, but there's no one there, what are we tapping into? What are we coming in contact with? How can we perceive an event before it happens or remotely at a distance? Is it possible to change the chemistry of your body or even your DNA? How is it that you can move a physical object without any contact with this physical object? Or use your consciousness to see without your physical eyes?
The rain was tapping, and the windows, and the wind was banging.
These are the phenomena that we're exploring here with a new scientific approach that could potentially explain it all. And it turns out that this field that we call parapsychology is not only widespread, but it is universal.
I have about 100 articles published in journals, and each one of those usually reports between 1 to 5 or 6 experiments. So somewhere in the number of hundreds of experiments. In terms of people involved, a few thousand people perhaps.
So I've studied probably numbering in the hundreds of cases. I've captured, I don't know how many dozens or hundreds of what we call EVPs, of recordings of voices.
There are actually many credible institutions around the world that have dedicated many years of research in this field of psi phenomena, or what we call parapsychology. There are programs in the government that ran for over 20 years with millions of dollars in funding, using psychic abilities, for example, to spy on a foreign government.
We know for a fact that the Russians were involved in this. We know for a fact that the Chinese were and are probably still involved.
The United States government and several are more
involved. In fact, Sony Corporation had a long ongoing parapsychology program.
We know our own CIA had been experimenting in psychic tests and abilities and projects like MK Ultra.
The Israelis had an interest in it and may still.
It's very well established.
If these credible institutions and governments around the world are dedicating so much research and funding into this field, you would think there's something there.
In graduate school in about 1970, I saw a banner on the wall that said, "Learn how to meditate." And I found out that I could debug the software I was writing in my nuclear physics studies in a meditation state much more accurately and quicker than I could if I were actually looking at the printouts. The lines that had errors in them were red, the others were black. And that kind of crashed my reality. Up until that time, like most physicists, I believed that if you couldn't measure it, then it didn't exist. So I would do experiments in that I could have one of these effects and then change a variable and then do it again. And then change that variable a little more and do it again. From consciousness, your intent can modify future probability, can modify what happens in the physical world, which means that consciousness is the fundamental thing and the physical world is a derivative of consciousness. So I knew that consciousness theory should also contain physics theory.
I finished my neurosurgical training at Duke in 1987. And then I started work at Harvard Medical School after doing a fellowship in cerebrovascular neurosurgery, all along thinking I understood something about brain, mind, and consciousness. But that, of course, was the tremendous gift of my near-death experience, is finding out that what I thought was a worldview that we just assumed to be true is actually false, that consciousness is primordial. All of this emergent reality basically emerges from consciousness. And it opens the door to a tremendous amount of understanding about consciousness and the mind and the power that human beings have over their unfolding reality.
If consciousness is fundamental, where does the physical world end and consciousness begin?
The physical world is a product of the consciousness world. One is within the other. It's not an either or. It's all one thing.
It is.
Okay, so welcome to the Coherence Healing for Yagnesh. We're going to get started here in a minute. I thought it was important to play that little clip to kind of bring things into perspective. This is exactly what Dr. Joe has been teaching us in the Coherence Healings and during the 7-day advanced events. And this is just more of the concrete scientific evidence that is actually out there through Harvard Stanford Research Institute, also known as SRI, and the others that were shown. I will post the link to this entire film. It's about a 2-hour film called Superhuman. So you can watch the thing in its entirety at whatever time you thought. It was really to point out at the beginning, if you notice that we started off where you saw the children running around, obstacles in this obstacle course, but the children were wearing blindfolds where there's no light whatsoever that can get in. If you've ever used a blindfold, which I have blindfolds myself, it's completely pitch black. There's no light because there's a foam that occludes your eyes. And those children were able to perfectly navigate the obstacle course as if they had their natural eyes to see. And then later you saw the children reading books with their eyes closed, with the mindfolds on, and they were reading with their consciousness, not with their natural eyes, because part of what they were proving and what they've actually proven since then is that you see first with your consciousness, and your brain and all the cells of your body see first. And then your eyes pick up, which is how children are able to read. Their eyes are closed and their eyes are blindfolded. So that is just to say that where we already know from the teachings that we've been very well trained by Dr. Joe, and everything has been scientifically measured, as you know, that where you put your attention is where energy goes and where energy flows. So our attention today is on Yagnesh, who has a complicated knee circumstance that up until today, he has had many different surgeries that have been complicated, one with the other. He's had a series, I guess, of at least one infection or more. And this problem that conventional science and medicine has tried to fix has not been able to successfully accomplish that yet. However, we know that in the 5D quantum realm, there's no such thing as something being impossible. So I'm going to ask that all of us that are on here tonight, that we take our focus and our intention. We're going to be doing the pineal gland meditation. We're going to listen to the 8-minute intro that Dr. Joe does, explaining the pineal gland meditation, and then we're going to go into the pineal gland meditation. But I want you to, before we start that meditation, to, like the little boy who started off in this film saying, and there was a little girl who also said this, all you have to do is turn your energy switch on inside your brain. And so we're going to turn the switch on. We're just going to decide, you know what, I'm going to visualize a switch inside my brain. I'm turning the energy on, and I'm going to see energy coming from the sun. You can pick whatever you want. I'm just telling you, I'm just suggesting that you pick the sun, because we know that the sun is an infinite supply of energy, that it has always been there. So take the energy from the sun and see a stream of energy going inside your brain. And now you're taking that energy and you're just focusing it with the intention. It's going on Yagnesh. We have a picture of Yagnesh. I'm going to show you right now a picture of Yagnesh. And we are going to focus that energy coming into Yagnesh's body from his head down to his toes. And it's going to affect the 50 trillion cells that are on Yagnesh's body. And Yagnesh's body is so perfect that it is going to know exactly what to do with that additional energy. And we're just doing this at the beginning of the meditation, knowing that, okay, we turn the switch on, the energy from the sun is coming through us, and we're directing it to Yagnesh. His autonomic nervous system will signal the 50 trillion cells in his body. The 23,688 genes will know what proteins to upregulate and downregulate. Whatever combination of 140,000 chemicals that our brain is capable of producing, it knows the perfect combination. That's not our job to know that. That's the infinite divine's job to know that. In this, we are there to aid and facilitate this process for the benefit of our brother here, Yagnesh. So with that being said, we're going to start with the introduction to the pineal gland meditation, okay?
Which knee is it, the right or the left? Do you know?
I don't really know if it's his left or his right.
The left.
Okay. It's his left knee.
Okay.
Okay, so now we know that it's his left knee. Okay. Fantastic. So let's get started. And let me make one check. I want to make sure. Where is my... I need to stop the screen share. I need to make sure that one of... were you able to hear all the sound fine while I was playing the video? Okay, I don't see the, normally I have another setting for, I don't, seems to be gone right now, but. Oh, that's what I was looking for, the share. Okay, I think it's all okay. Okay, so let's go back to the screen share, and
greetings, everybody. Dr. Joe here. I wanted to take a moment and talk to you about the pineal gland meditation, where you'll be tuning into higher dimensions of time and space. Remember that the pineal gland is a sacred gland that allows us to tune into higher dimensions of time and space. It is the biological antenna that transduces information and energy from the quantum field into vivid imagery. And to be formed into chemistry receptor sites, the metabolites of the pineal gland, when activated, as upgraded, supercharged melatonin molecules. They serve a similar function, but they're just more powerful. We start out, like many different meditations in our advanced workshop, by activating our fourth center, the center of oneness, the center of wholeness, our connection to the unified field. You'll start off by resting your attention in the center. Where you place your attention is where you place your energy. Take a moment, lock into that center, find it, pay attention to it. Then allow your breath to flow in and out of the center, but allow that breath to flow more slowly, more deeply, and more relaxed. And that you feel like you're working with your body to bring it to the present moment, that it feels safe to breathe and to relax. And it takes a little practice. As you rest your attention in the center, and as you breathe in and out of the center, I'm going to ask you then to cultivate an elevated emotion. An emotion like gratitude or appreciation or thankfulness, kindness, care, a love for life, a joy for existence. And all I want you to do is breathe and feel and sustain that state by keeping your attention on it. Don't give up, just stay with it. And as you begin to create this elevated emotion, you create heart coherence, and the heart begins to produce a measurable magnetic field. I'm going to ask you to notice that it's within you, and then a few moments later, I'm going to ask you to notice that it's all around you. So then where you place your attention is where you place your energy. If your heart is becoming more coherent and there is a measurable magnetic field and you're becoming aware of it, then you are actually endorsing its existence and it's becoming more amplified. All energy is frequency. All frequency carries information. I'm going to ask you to lay the intent that possibilities or the mystical be a part of your life. Next, we're going to bless each energy center. Each one of those centers are centers of energy, of frequency, their own consciousness, their own message. They have their own glands, their own hormones, their own chemicals, and their own individual little brains. As you rest your attention in each one of these centers, I'll guide you through it. You're going to become aware of the space around them as well. Particle, the wave, matter and energy, a convergent focus and a divergent focus. The practice of doing that is allowing you to tune into its frequency so that each one of these individual brains become more coherent and begin to translate energy through this individual brain and create more coherence that begins to affect the cells and tissues and organs in each area of the body. You can't do that in beta brainwave patterns. You got to do it in alpha. That's when you enter the operating system. So then you'll start with your first center, and then you'll move to your second center. But before you move to your third center, you'll do the first and second, paying attention to them at the same time. Then you'll move to your third center and do the same thing by becoming aware of the space that the third center occupies in space, the pit of your gut, then the space around it. Tune into that energy. And then before you move to the fourth center, you'll do the first, second, and third all at the same time, aligning and attuning. And you'll keep climbing to the fourth, to the fifth, to the sixth, to the seventh, to the eighth, and then to the field around your body. And then I'll ask you to lay down and relax. Then you'll relax for a period of time, allowing your autonomic nervous system to take the orders and begin to create more coherence and balance and health in your body. Then the music will change. I'll ask you to sit up. And now you're going to execute the breath. That breath is to pull the mind out of the body, to raise your energy, and to begin to free yourself from the past. If the emotions are stored in the body, then the body's in the past. So you're beginning to free yourself. But you have to do it with a level of intensity that's greater than the body as the mind. You have to use your body as an instrument of consciousness to ascend your energy. So as you inhale and contract those intrinsic muscles, as you learned, you begin to pull that energy from the lower centers up into your brain. I'm going to ask you to hold your breath and squeeze those muscles. The act of squeezing those muscles begins to accelerate cerebrospinal fluid into the brain. And by holding your breath, you increase what's called intrathecal pressure. That's pressure on the inside of that closed system. And as you force that cerebrospinal fluid into your brain, it begins to produce mechanical stress up against the crystals of the pineal gland. Mechanical stress then creates what's called the piezoelectric effect. And now mechanical stress is turning into an electrical field by activating an electrical charge in that gland. By activating an electrical charge in this gland, you begin to change melatonin into its metabolites, and the pineal gland begins to become activated. So the process of doing it begins to activate the pineal gland. You'll do one song, and then there's 4 steps. After that, I'm going to ask you to become aware that you're aware in an infinite vast space. That's the quantum field. And then I'm going to ask you to locate that gland in your head, between the back of your throat and the back of your head. Locate it. Pay attention to it. Feel with it. Moment after moment, I'm going to ask you as an awareness, as a thought, to move into the room of that gland. And as a thought, I just want you to become aware in the blackness that you're inside that room. Now, the pineal gland is relatively circular. So then all I'm going to do is ask you to become aware that you're in a circular room. You don't have to see anything. I just want you to sense it. And as you rest your attention in the center, and as you become aware that you're inside the room of it, I may ask you as an awareness to slowly rotate 360 degrees in one direction. Now, all I want you to do is see anything, just sense. The next step is I'm going to ask you to radiate that energy beyond the walls of that room and begin to raise this center's energy. So then energy and frequency carries information, and I'm going to ask you to radiate the intent that this gland be activated. To radiate the intent that the doors of dimension open to you. To radiate the intent that your dreams be lucid, that the veil of this illusion, and as you radiate that energy, you begin to change this gland's chemistry. The last step is for you to open up and tune in to the energy beyond your head, beyond the walls of this room, in the infinite blackness. And as you tune into this frequency, all I want you to do is become conscious of it. And the more conscious you are of this, open up and receive from the center. Put your mind in the center and tune into that energy. Now the pineal gland, and it's picking up information. And all I want you to do is stay present with it moment after moment after moment and lay down. By practicing this, you begin to change this gland's metabolites, physiology, and it prepares you to now. In the center of your chest, in space, feel it. Located. Pay attention to it. Moment after moment. Allow your breath to flow in and flow out through this center. Deeper. Slower. And more relaxed. Stay present with your breath. And now it's time to bring up an elevated emotion. Feel it in your heart. Breathe. And feel It's within you and all around you. Feel it. Tune in to it. Become more aware of it. And radiate your intent for new possibilities in your life. With your heart. It's all around you. And now, in this endless, vast space, all around you, become aware of the space that your perineum occupy space. Feel it. Pay attention to it. Moment by moment. And as you rest, your awareness within this center become aware of the energy of space. Around this center. within you and all around you. Feel it from the center. Become more aware of it. Two, become aware of the space behind your navel in space. Feel it. Pay attention to it. Notice it. Moment by moment. And as you rest your awareness within this center, become aware of the energy of space. Around this center, around your body, in space. Tune in to its energy. And feel it from the center within you and all around you. Become more aware of it. One, two, at the same time. Feel it aligning, attuning. present with it. Become more aware of it. And feel and as you rest, your attention this center. Become aware of the energy of space around this center. Around your body in space. Tune in and feel it from the center. It's within you and all around you. Become more aware of it. Moment by moment. One, two, three, all at once. Aligning attuning. Feel it. Four. Become aware of the space in the center of your chest. In space. Notice it. Feel it. Pay more attention to it. And as you rest, your awareness within this center this energy. Tune in and feel it with your heart. Moment after moment, and receive. It's within you and all around you. Become more aware of it. One, two, three, four, all at once. Feel them. Become more aware of them. Connecting. Aligning. Tuning. Five. Become aware of the space in the center of your throat. In space. Feel it. Stay present with it. Experience it. Moment after moment. And feel. And as you rest your attention within this center, become aware the energy of space around this center, around your neck, to its energy within you and all around you. Feel it from the center. Tune in and receive. One, two, three, 4, 5, all at once. Aligning, attuning. Feel them. Become aware of the space between the back of your throat and the back of your head. In space. Locate it. Tune in to it. Become more aware of it. And as you rest your attention within this center, become aware of the energy of space around this center, around your head, in space. Tune in from this center to its energy and feel it's within you and all around you. receive. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, all at once. Aligning, attuning. Seven, 'In the senseless blackness, become aware of the space in the center of your head. In space. Feel it. Locate it. Pay attention to it. And as you rest your awareness within this center, tune in to its energy. Within you and all around you. Tune in and become more aware of it. Moment by moment. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all at once. Aligning, eternal, vast, space, become aware of the space above your head. In space. Sense it. Tune in to it. Locate it. And now, as an awareness, become aware that you're aware in the space above your head. In space. Tune in to its energy. Tune in gratitude and feel. Moment after moment, become more aware of it. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. All at once. Feel it. Aligning. Attuning. And now, become aware of the space around your body. In space. to your own energy. It's within you. And all around you. Become more aware of it. Tune in and feel. Moment by moment. And now, without breaking your state, lay down and relax and surrender your body to a greater mind. Soften your joints into the ground. And allow your autonomic nervous system to take the orders and program your body to a new mind. Surrender. Sit up. And now it's time to raise your energy. Pull the mind out of the body. To use your body as an instrument of consciousness. To free yourself. Here we go. Inhale through your nose, and then one slow, steady breath with the intention of pulling the mind out of the body. Inhale, pull that energy from your perineum, through your lower abdomen, through your upper abdomen, through your chest and throat, through your brain, all the way to the top of your head. And hold it. Squeeze those muscles, exerting pressure against the pineal gland, awakening this center. Hold it. Hold it. And squeeze. And as you exhale, relax. Again, come on. Take a big drink on this one. Make it happen. Inhale through your nose, then one slow breath. Lift those muscles up and in, and pull that energy from your perineum like drawing fluid up a straw all the way to the top of your head. And hold it. Squeeze. Let your energy follow your awareness. Let it build. Hold it. Let it build. Squeeze and hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And as you exhale, relax. Don't resist. Don't let your body be your mind. Come on. Dig deep on this one. With the intention of bringing energy into your brain. Inhale through your nose. And one slow, steady breath. Pull that energy all the way up to the top of your head into your brain. Squeeze. Squeeze more. Squeeze more and hold it. Hold your breath and squeeze. Hold it. Let it build. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And as you exhale, relax. Come on, give me your best. Again, come on, feel it. Come on, be moved by the spirit. Inhale through your nose and pull that energy from your perineum all the way up to the top of your head. And hold it. And squeeze, exerting pressure against the crystals of the pineal. Squeeze more. Hold it. Let it build. Come on, let it build in your brain. Squeeze and hold. Hold it. Squeeze more. That's it. Pull right there. As you exhale, relax. 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 And now, as an awareness, aware that you're aware in this endless black space. All around you. become aware of the space that your pineal gland occupies. In space. Locate it. Pay attention to it. Feel it. Stay present with it. Moment after moment. Become more aware of it. Now, as an awareness, become aware that you're aware in the space inside the room of this gland. And this eternal, vast, space inside its chamber. Sensing the walls. All around you. Both sides of you. Behind you. In front of you. They're all around you. Become more aware of it. Stay there in the blackness. And as an awareness, slowly rotate 360 degrees. Slowly, as an awareness, sensing the circular walls all around you. Slowly, slowly returning back to the place you started. Become aware of the space that this room occupies. In space. Now, as you rest your attention within this center, and as an awareness, aware that you're aware inside its room. The infinite blackness. It's time to raise your energy. Beyond the walls of its room, radiate your energy raising its frequency to its energy. Radiate the intent that this gland be activated. Tune in to that energy. It's all around you. Radiate the intent that the doors of dimension open to you. Moment after moment. Tune in to that energy. Radiate the intent that the mystical manifest in your world. Tune in to that energy. Radiate the intent that the veil of this illusion be lifted. Tune in to that energy. Radiate the intent that your dream to that energy and awaken this center with a new energy. As an awareness on this Tune in. And the longer conscious you change this center's chemistry. Tune in and receive. Feel it. Become more aware of it. And receive. It's all around. Tune in to a new energy. And now, without breaking your state, lay down. Surrender your body. Let go. And drift away. Relax.
Okay, wow.
Wow.
You want to unmute yourself, Leah? Oh, you are unmuted. And
I am. Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you, Lily.
You can't? Or you can?
Yeah, we don't have any sound. If you want to type it in the chat, perhaps.
Okay, yeah, well, I'll change.
Oh, and Yagnesh is on the call.
Can you hear me?
Hi, Yagnesh. I hope you're feeling better.
Now I can. Uh-oh.
Ooh, that was a deep meditation.
Okay.
Lilia, do you want to type something in the chat? We don't have sound for you. Your sound somehow is off. Oh, here, let me see. That's Mina's. Yeah, your sound is, it says that you're not muted, so, but we can't hear you. Mina, I don't know if there's anything that you want to say, or if Yagnesh, if there's anything that you want to say. Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you for your loving energy and presence. You're welcome, Mina. Thank you for the opportunity to do this coherence healing for Yagnesh. And thank you everyone for joining today.
So now I can
Yeah,
hear
thank
you.
you.
Post in the group the next one. I love to see Lily's face. You're always so joyous. You're so happy. You bring me so much joy in my heart.
Can you hear
feel
me
the love
now?
in your heart just looking at your face.
Can you hear me now?
So thank you, Lily. I honor you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I will post the next coherence healing, Yagnesh. I hope you're feeling better too. Report back to us in the next 24. You should sleep very deeply tonight.
Okay.
I see your thumbs up. Wonderful. Okay. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Ciao for now, my friends. And
Ciao.
so my genius mystic healers.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.